Hey, what's up, everybody? I feel like I haven't done one of these in a long time, but yeah, I know I'm almost weekly with the lives. Um, New setup here. So if you can hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, put thumbs up in the chat. But this is more like a Q&A for the next 30 minutes or so, where I'm going to talk about like what you should expect for 2026, right? But also, I want you to put your questions in the chat so I can answer them. If I can answer them, I answer them, right? If I can't, I'll get back to you on it. That's just what it is. So I want to make sure we check Instagram, make sure Instagram is working properly, making sure everybody comes in and you know, just enjoy the vibe, enjoy the session. All right. So for those of you that are watching this, put in the chat like what role are you aiming for in 2026? That's what I wanna know. Let me take my little sip of my water. Or they said let me take a sip of my yak. It's no yak, it's water. But let me know what role y'all going for in 2026. Okay. Um I'm gonna attempt to give you some value here. And this live really I want to talk about how to demonstrate the work before you have the title. I want to talk about how to get a language from seeker to solver and the secret of getting noticed by the right people for the right reasons. All right. I was having a conversation today and I was talking to someone and I always talk about to be super successful in this industry. I talk about being super coachable. And the thing I talk about being super coachable is the teachability index, which means you have to have a willingness to learn and a willingness to implement and change. So when we talk about the willingness to learn, it's like, hey, do you have a willingness to do you want to learn this more than anything else right now? And with the willingness to implement and change, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to change from your daily activity to implement the steps that can take you to the level that you say you want to be? All right. And this is where most people fail because we have to be an empty vessel where, and I talk about this all the time, but we have to be an empty vessel where some of the things that we've been taught through our life, excuse me, in our career about this is how you can achieve success. We have to be an empty vessel where some of the things that we're going to learn from people who are doing the things that we want to do and has been where we are right now, we have to say, okay, this might sound crazy. I've never heard of anything like this before, but I'm willing to change and adapt my mind and have my mindset adapt this so I can implement the steps so I can get the results. And the thing that stops people from being successful is that they want the success that they ask for to come in the comfortable box that they're in. And I was talking to a gentleman and he said he wanted, he was looking for a six-figure role. And, he told me his salary, his current salary, where he was at. And I was like, listen, where you are and where you want to be are two different people. There are two different mindsets, two different habits, two different strategies. You won't get there becoming or being the person that you are right now. And that right there is what's stopping most of you from becoming the engineer that you want to be, because you're trying to be it the way you want to be it. And this is all about change, baby. I'm preaching already. Man, this is all about change. The tech can be learned. We're changing this. This is what we're changing right now. Because if I got to do too much work, if I got to sacrifice too much time, if I got to invest some money in myself, it ain't for me. It ain't for me. Well, you don't want what you ask God for then. I'm just keeping it real. You sit there and you talk about on LinkedIn, you want this, I'm trying to become this. No, you're not. You're trying to become it on your own terms, but it's going to require you to be something different. Here's the thing that you got to understand. Give me a thumbs up if you know this to be true. It is easier to move someone into a role if they're already doing the job. Give me a thumbs up if that's true. So that means if you're applying for a manager role, right? And you're doing nothing that a manager does, you're probably not going to get the job. But if you apply to a manager role and you're doing some of the things like you're mentoring some people, you're taking some tasks off your current manager, trying to make their job easier, you're innovating and you're just trying new things to make the job easier for everyone, and you're a team player, you're most likely going to get the job. So what do you mean, brothers? I ain't see thumbs up yet. So give me thumb. Okay. What do you mean, brothers? What are you talking about? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you have to become the person that does the things to have what you ask for. Be, do, have. In order to become a cloud engineer, in order to move into a cloud engineer role, you have now got to become a cloud engineer right now before you even see the opportunity. The part that keeps people from being successful, they wait for the opportunities to come, then they try to be the engineer. It's too late. When the opportunities come, somebody who's already prepared for it is ready for it. And then you sit there and get on LinkedIn. Oh, see, job market's so saturated. It's just crap. I'm not even trying to get into the job market. I don't even want to do tech because it's just unstable. Well, when the opportunities come, you're not even ready. Not even ready. So, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to talk about this as well. And I got a point here. Okay. So, I'm looking for a videographer, right? Got my setup right and everything. So I'm going to crush more content for you all because my goal is to just help you be successful. So I'm looking, I'm in a couple groups on Facebook, and I'm looking for a videographer. And I say, hey, I'm looking for long form video editor, not videographer, video editor for YouTube. Okay. Long form video editor for YouTube. I get a crap ton of messages. Most people hit me up. Hey, I'm a video editor. Okay, so let's be honest. I'm looking for a long form video editor for YouTube. Please make sure you send me your portfolio. Okay, there we go. Bing, 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 bing. I'm a video editor. 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 No portfolio. So I'm like, you have a portfolio? Yes, I do. Can you send it to me? Then I get the portfolio. And it's no long form content in the portfolio, only short reels. And I'm like, okay, this is why. This is why we don't get the opportunities, because we're not even prepared. Like, you're not even prepared for a long form customer. You're not even giving me what I asked for. You're giving me short form content reels to help me see that you can edit long form content. How are you going to build trust within me? How am I going to trust you to do that if I don't even see what you can do? You're not even the person. You're not, unless, I mean, I hope I make sense with this. You're not even the person. And you're trying to attract me to get paid. You're not even giving me what I'm asking for. So the opportunity has come, and the people who are ready is the one that's going to get my attention. So you got people that's emailing me, even messaging me with the link to the portfolio, have long form content in there that I can take a look at. Those are the people that I'm going to talk to. Now, think about this. Think about the numbers. Out of those people, I'm gonna narrow it down to one person that I'm gonna work with. Okay. So you have the number of people who actually applied. Then you have the number of people who actually gave me exactly what I'm looking for that I'm willing to talk to. And out of that number of people, I'm only going to choose this one. That is exactly how a job is. If you apply to a job and you're not the person before you apply, you're not even giving them what they want. So how you expect to even be in the conversation if they're asking for XYZ and you giving them ABC? Make that make sense. You're not. So you just even you shot yourself in the foot to even become a part of the conversation. Don't even want to talk to you. You're not even solving their problems. Are y'all tracking? Like, yes or no? Put yes or no in the comments if you're tracking. If not, I can go deeper, but I just want to make sure this is valuable for y'all. This is already helping getting the wheels turn. Let me check Instagram real quick. I want to make sure people don't have any questions, etc. Okay, cool. So you have to demonstrate the work before you have the title. You have to be, do, and have. You have to become that person before you actually have the title. So I'm like, bro, it's like, how do you do that though? How do you do that? Like, well, just do. What do you mean, bro? It's just do. Like, you're scared. Okay. You're scared to take the first step to learn something. Well, if you're scared to take the first step to learn something, what makes you think you're ready to handle something in a real job where you can possibly break it? You're scared to learn it. I know why you're scared to learn. I know why you're scared to learn it. I know why. I got the answer. And I told somebody this today. It's because you don't even believe that you can have what you said you wanted. You out here asking for things you don't even believe that you can have. Right. So you looking at this far stretched idea of you becoming a cloud engineer, which is super, super it's reality. It's normal. This you can become this. This is not like this is not like, oh, I want to become an NBA player. NBA players become NBA players, people become NFL players, right? That dream does come true. This is not like that. This is like you could become a cloud engineer. This is not like the few, the far in between, and all that. No, anybody could become it. You just have to believe that you could become it already. This is just a job. This is just a simple job like somebody becoming a bus driver or somebody being a cook. You got to learn the trade, right? You got to get your CDLs to drive the bus, right? You got to learn how to cook to be a cook. Well, guess what? We got to learn how to engineer to be the engineer. But you scared to even start at a foundational level. I've just been doing research for how long? You've been doing research. So this is what I told the person today. I was like, listen, they told me what they wanted to make. They told me where they were. I said, from now on, from this day forth, You could be breaking big rocks into little rock. No, I'm just playing. If y'all know, y'all know it's a line from a movie. But from this day forth, if you don't take action on taking steps daily towards what you want, the stretch that he wanted was like 70K between where he was and where he wanted to be. So every 6 months that you don't take action and you waste, it's $35,000 in the trash can that you could have had in your pocket. Some people that I talk to in my inbox are still asking me the same questions and saying they doing research from 2021. So one, two, three, four. If that's a person with the same stretch and reality and money that they want to make, they just cost themselves $280,000 because they was too scared to take the first step in learning something. $280,000, but yet they're gonna look and say, "So this requires me to like do a couple hours a night? That's too much. I gotta invest in myself. How much? If it ain't free, it's too much. What do you mean? I gotta. So you saying I gotta go through the roadblocks and bang my head against the wall and really think and learn? That's too much. No, what's too much is $280,000 that you done wasted and you didn't have in your pocket because you were scared to take the first step. That's the true cost. Okay. So I hope I make sense here. I hope I'm really like shifting your mindset here because this is exactly what it's going to take. Like we're not dealing with the era of you can't learn the tech. You can't learn what I'm learning. We're not dealing with that era anymore. That era was like, hey, just learn and get your cert, you get a job. That's 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. This time it's about this. It's about mindset shift. Like you gotta be ready to do the job, y'all. And I mean mentally, like you gotta be ready to put yourself out there and do it scared. Okay. So, how do we shift from becoming a job seeker to solver? Well, simple. We look at the job descriptions that are out there for the jobs you want, and you start solving those problems. Like, what do you mean, bro? Tiger? Listen, do you understand? Like, you got so many large language models, AI tools that can help you understand the problems that you can solve. Not just the problems, but like, what are the problems that this company is solving? From the job description, what are they looking for you to do? From that job description and what they're looking for you to do, how to break something down into one project that can solve a specific problem and step by step on how to solve it. You have no excuse of why you can't turn yourself into a problem solver. So I'm gonna give you a little game. And I'm giving it before, but like it needs to be this is the foundations, right? And you got to go through these things over and over again until it's embedded into your brain where you're just doing it without even thinking about it. Okay. So before you even apply, or even after you apply, whatever you want to do, you should look at the company. And normally the job description tells you the team that you're going to be working on. Right. I will research the company and research the team. Right. If you don't know where to start, I would just Google the team, like such and such team for ABC company and see who pops up because normally you have like a list of LinkedIn people that pop up. And I would connect with them and I would reach out to them. Hey, such such. My name is Broadus. Hey, the reason I'm connecting with you is because I'm interested in XYZ role at ABC company. I've had some experience in solving XYZ problems that you all need this role to solve. I was wondering if you had about 5 to 10 minutes, we could jump on a virtual coffee. I would just love to see more about what brought you to working at ABC Company, the day to day of the team, and the culture. If you could spare 5 or 10 minutes, I'd be super grateful. Looking forward to hear from you. So, what does this do? This now what we call lead generation, right? This creates lead generation in our pipeline where we have connected with a person. It's a warm person now because we connected with them. Well, we did cold outreach. That's what we're doing now. But we have did cold outreach for 3 to 5 people for each company that we apply to. So if we apply to 10 roles, we should have 30 to 50 conversations going on in our inbox. The numbers game, somebody is going to reply. Somebody is going to reply. And when they do reply and they do give you the opportunity, now it's just time to have conversations, right? And just talk to them about the role. And this is one thing you can do. I'm gonna give y'all this. This is $1 million game. Here it is. When you get them on a call and you talking to them about the job, then you can say, "Hey, brothers, listen, I really like the company. I really, especially if you like it. One thing you got to understand is just because you want to apply to the role or you're interviewing for a role, don't mean that that's the right role for you. So you really have to ask yourself, would you like working at this company? So if that matches up and it makes sense for you, you sit there and say, "Hey, brothers, listen, I'm really interested in this role, and if, especially you haven't applied yet, and I'm thinking about applying. Would it make sense for you to get the referral um, when I apply?" What they gonna say? Because especially if they get incentive for their referrals, right? Some companies pay $5,000 per person. You know what I'm saying? Some people companies pay $2,500. Some companies pay $500, whatever it is. If the person really likes you, right? What you think they're going to say? No, no, no. They're going to say, "Yeah, sure, definitely. Have you applied yet? Don't apply. Go ahead, give me your resume. I'll send it in." And referrals are first looked at over everything. Okay. Um, Question. Good question. Yeah, most times they are not open to respond to such conversation. That's the most frustrating part. So once they do not reply, what are you gonna do? Well, hey brother, it's all about, are you using the right language? Or are you a person, and I'm just being super transparent, or are you a person that just says, "Hey, my name is such and such, I'm interested in the role. Here's my resume, check it out, tell me if I'm good for the role." They're not gonna reply. If you use the language I just told you, you have a better chance of them replying. But hey, let's say they don't reply. Okay, cool. They haven't replied. But guess what? Now we just nurture them. This is what I would do. You want the opportunity? We're gonna have to knock on the doors. What does this mean? What do you mean, brothers? This means as I'm doing my projects that solves their exact problem, I'm tagging them. Or I might send it to them in the DM. When I write my write up on my project, I'm tagging 2 or 3 individuals from that company. "Hey, I really think this solves XYZ problem at company ABC. If you have time, would you guys mind, or would you ladies mind giving me some true feedback? I would love it." Or you can send them to them, in their DM. "Hey, such and such, I just dropped a new post on a new project I was working on. I really think this kind of solves the problems that I was looking at role, blah blah blah, or at ABC company. If you have any time at all, I'll be grateful if you could just look at it and give me some feedback. Looking forward to hearing from you." Guess what? You might not get a reply, but this is what can happen. Even if you don't get the reply, you might have somebody just look at you to see if you start doing the right things. And if you continue to detach from the outcome and just show up and just do the right things for a long enough period of time, then those people they may hit you up and say, "Hey, such and such, I've been watching you for a long time and we got this role over here I think you're perfect for." And guess what? We're so busy, excuse me, we're so busy thinking about the how we're going to get hired. Like, we need to get hired this way. the way I need to get hired is I need to apply to this job, I need to interview well, and I gotta get the job. And if it doesn't happen that way, then we're like, see, I told you, man. See, I'm not no good. The market's saturated. I told y'all. We go back to the same bullshit that we always go back to, right? But what if, right, the universe works out for us in a favor where it's not even supposed to go that way. It was really supposed to go to that person that you try to connect with that didn't respond, that you just left 6 months ago, 7 months ago, who then liked your project, didn't talk to you about it, but just kept watching you. And all of a sudden now they're in your inbox talking about an opportunity that you had no damn inclination they was going to reach out to you about. That's how it works. Forget about the how. Be, do, and you will have. We're so busy trying to focus on how. We need to just be and do the things we know we're supposed to be doing. Half of y'all on this thing right now already know what you're supposed to be doing. Look in the mirror. Look at your daily activities and tell me that you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing to move into something that's life-changing for you. No. Nope. You're not. I'm just being super transparent. So over those 3 to 5 individuals, right? You're dropping that. I mean, I'm not gonna say drop daily projects, not even weekly, maybe a couple weeks or maybe every few weeks, drop a project or tag them. And I would just rotate and just do it for each company I applied to. That way, you're just nurturing them. You're nurturing them. And then you're going to create conversations out of this. It could be with the people that you tag or just people that you tag that are connected with them. And they was like, man, I just seen you tag somebody, one of my colleagues, and I just so happened to come by your project. And it just so happened to be some of the things we're actually doing now at such and such. And I was like, wow, I like this person. So I just wanted to connect with you. Just kind of that's how conversations happen. But we so scared of the no. And Kendra, you said tripping over your words. So tell me more about what you mean tripping over your words. Like it's no way that you could trip over your words if you're typing, right? But if you're talking about if you're in a conversation, it's a conversation. This is no pressure. Like, yes, you want the opportunity, but it's just a conversation of like, like, hey, tell me, like, what made you come to ABC company to start working? You asking them the questions, right? Like, oh, so I like that. Thank you for your story. Like, that really resonated with me because I was in the same situation 2 years ago. This is how conversation happened. Well, brothers, like, tell me, like, would you mind like going over like what a day to day looks like for a person that works on your team? Now you have all this information that they're giving you that's giving you the leg up to understand not only from the job descriptions now, which you know to understand the problems they need solving, but now you understand how they solving them. Think about it. Think about it. See, I want to really work on my networking skills, reaching out to recruiters to discuss roles or projects, but finding the right way to communicate without tripping over my words. I got you. You're ask ChatGPT. This is just you're typing. This is the problem. You're stopping yourself from reaching out to people because you're scared about how you're gonna sound. Think about that for a minute. Because you're scared of how you're gonna be perceived, you're stopping yourself from reaching out and potentially getting a life-changing situation because you're scared about how you sound. And I'm not saying it to minimize how you feel about it. But success don't give a F about your feelings. It only cares about what you do. Understand me when I'm telling y'all this. Okay? Um, and that's how you nurture. And the more jobs you apply to, the more you do this. The more you do this, the more conversations you have. Somebody's gonna have a conversation with you. Believe it. It's a numbers game. Some of you may have more conversations than others, but the game is to keep going. That's the $1 million game that I'm giving y'all. Take it or leave it. I'm just I'm proud I'm able to have the experience to be able to give it to you. And I'm proud I'm able to sit here without worry to let you know like everything's gonna be all right. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know that you don't know that you don't know. Right. But guess what? Everything will be all right. Everything will be just fine. Everything will work out for you. Even the headaches, the stress, the anxiety, the imposter syndrome that you're going through, trying to build these things, trying to learn these things, that's just the journey. That's just the universe. That's just God forging you into the engineer that you asked to be in the first place. Because the universe knows, God knows, if they just plop that cloud engineer role in your lap right now, you wouldn't be able to keep the job because you don't know what it takes to get it at this moment. So maybe you want 150, but can you handle it right now? Probably not. So you have to become the person that can handle it and grow into it. Believe what you ask for. Don't sit there and ask for silly ass stuff and don't even believe it. Like, yeah, man, I want to make 90, but I don't know, man. I just, what I'm saying, I don't know, man. I don't want to get my hopes up, man. I don't want to play myself, because if you're thinking like that already, what we have to do is start doing things that this is too steep of a gradient for you to believe, right? So what we have to do is start picking things that is within your wheelhouse to believe, right? Hey, maybe like go over the fundamentals and kind of like learn what's cloud and how companies are solving problems, what roles are out there, and for you to see with your eyes, right? What roles are out there? How much can I actually get paid, right? What are some of the first steps for me to do this? So now when you start to see the process, you can understand the process. Then, if you understand the process, you can know if the process, or you can believe that the process can work for you, right? And if you believe the process can work for you, now we start climbing and we're level one. Now, level two, let's do a little bit of quick start or go a little bit of foundational courses or start your little first foundation cert course and get to level two. Now we going to different levels. And then that 90K that felt so far that you didn't believe you can get it, now you start seeing the reality of it happening. I'm giving y'all the game to flip your career and flip your mindset. Okay. Let me see. Let me look at Instagram real quick. Just want to make sure no one is being left behind with questions. Okay. So that is the secret to getting noticed by the right people for the right reasons. Do you think a lot of people are doing these tactics that I'm talking about right now? No, no. They might reach out to a few recruiters, but they're not using the right language. You got to make it about them, not about you. Like, hey, if you had 5 minutes of your time, we do a virtual coffee. I would love to see like what brought you to Accenture, what brought you to Deloitte, and like what are you doing on the day-to-day basis with your team, and like how's the culture there? Because people love to talk about themselves. So when you get in the conversation, you asking them and they're talking about themselves, and you just listening. Let me listen. Because now you can get a whole bunch of information that can make your subconscious and your body relax. I thought it was going to be harder than that. Now he's telling me this is all they do in that role. Man, I thought it was going to be so much different. Now I know all I have to do is push a little harder with some of the projects to showcase this ability and that ability. And I got it. I got it. And I hope you got it. Okay. So if this was valuable, like just give me an LU. Put the level up in the chat if this is valuable, y'all. If it wasn't, give me a thumbs down. I'm a person that, you criticize me. I'm cool. I want to make sure I do better the next time if I give you value, right? But if it was value, if I help change and reshape the way you think so you move forward to get to another level, give me LU or give me thumbs up, man. Somebody give me a one. Lord Jesus, give me one. So for those of you who are looking like just to start your foundations and just really understand, get it to a rep, get into a process of just building and building and building and building and building, right? Building projects. I just want to community build. I want to get in there, right? I want to invite you to our Lewd Academy. Um, it's a school community, school.com/Lewd hyphen academy. $67 a month. This is going to, we do everything from vibe coding to cloud to AI to resume templates to live sessions to simulations directly from job descriptions, where it's just community based building, the foundations of it. You're building complex projects as well, but we're just repping this stuff over and over again. And this is something you could come in and be comfortable in learning. Join that community right there. If that's something that makes sense for you, you want to hop in, you want to start the basics of learning and just getting hands on. I'm a hands on person, bro. I'm hands on. This is what we're going to do. Supporting you. This is the basis of forcing you to become an engineer. School.com/Lewd hyphen academy. All right. So, y'all, love y'all, and I appreciate y'all coming through. So look, Malik said, talk about your book. Book coming soon. I'm gonna talk about it in a couple weeks, y'all. I got something coming through that's really my goal is just to help as many of y'all possible, right? So we got something that's coming, and I think this talk is the first for 2026 that I've done that I think is really going to reshape the way you think about your career, because nothing can stop you. You are the best stock you could ever invest your money into. You will always receive your return on investment if you don't quit. The moment you quit is the moment everything stops for you. So are you worth it? Are you worth the 100,000? Are you worth the 150? Are you worth the 200,000? If you don't think that you are, you're not. But if you do, let's level up. See y'all later. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Till next time, which is, what's today? Today is Monday. I'll be back on Wednesday, y'all. Another live. See y'all later.